My name is Ernie Francis Sr., owner of Breathless Performance Products. I'd like to introduce you to my son, Ernie Francis Jr.
Hi, I'm Ernie Francis Jr. I'm a 14-year-old race car driver and currently the youngest amateur race car driver in the United States. And welcome to our race team.
We're Breathless Performance Racing Team, and you're watching Florida on Wheels TV.
Hello, I'm Caroline Granado with Florida on Wheels TV, and I'm sitting here with Ernie Francis Jr. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, thank you. So how old were you when you first started to learn how to drive?
Well, when I turned 3, my dad got me a little electric cart, and I started racing that around our front driveway and trying to learn how to drive with that. And then when I turned 4, my dad got me a kid cart, and he saw that I had some talent. And then my dad moved me up into the Mini-Max series when I turned about 10, and I started racing that in some of the Winter Tour and National races. I won a couple races, I went to the championships. That pretty much proved that I have some talent to race.
You went from go-karts to race cars. Now, how old were you when you made that transition?
I was just turning 13 when I made that transition from karts to cars. I had to start off learning how to drive stick shift and then how to sit on the left side instead of the middle.
A very big adjustment that you had to make from one to the other. What was the most problematic thing you had to go through?
Was learning how to sit on the left side instead of sitting in the center and knowing where all the wheels are because you could see them in the go-kart. I had to know where the car was on the track, and it took a little bit of time to get used to that.
He was 13 years old when I started racing with him, and he's a wonderful race car driver, very professional driver. And when I first raced with him, I thought he should be racing video games. It was unbelievable. And I seen this young kid, and I was like, there's no way he's going to be racing with me out there on the track safely. And when he blew by me and I seen that license plate that said, "You just been passed by a 13-year-old kid," I was blown away. I was like, wow.
Now that you're 14, you're racing in NASA and FARA. What is NASA and FARA?
Well, NASA stands for the National Autosport Association, and they run national races across the country. They have different regions for racing. I currently race in the Florida and Southeast region, so we do races in Homestead, Sebring, and Daytona, and places like that. And FARA is the Formula Automotive Racing Association, and that group is just for Florida. They mainly race at Homestead and maybe sometimes Sebring. And when I turned 13, my first race that I ever did was with FARA, and that race I actually won, so I was pretty happy about that. 15 races that I've won out of maybe like 20 races that I've started.
Tell me about your sponsors.
Well, right now I'm currently sponsored by Joe Heck Racing, Metro Signs, and iRocket Racing. Joe Heck Racing, they've been on board with me since I've started. They've been supporting me for a while now. Metro Wraps recently came on board. They've been providing me with graphics on all my cars. And iRocket Racing recently came on board, and they're helping with parts and getting everything in for the cars.
All right, Ernie, so what do we have here?
This is my iRacing simulator. I use this to practice for whenever I go to new tracks.
All right. Now let me ask you something. Does this actually help you when you're on the track?
Yes, this does actually very much. All these tracks are laser pinpointed, so for accuracy, they're amazingly accurate with every single bump that's on the real track. It really helps you become a better driver, and all the pro drivers use this simulator to race out here.